Hello and welcome to another video, and this one is the Should You Buy for the Blood Asp. This was announced earlier today. We're going to take a look at the mech, its stats, its hardpoints, its possible hardpoint locations and hitboxes based on the concept art, and whether or not you should buy this mech. Now to start off, this is more nostalgia. The Blood Asp was a mech in the Mech Assault. I personally had not played it then, but it was very popular from the Mech Assault. I see a lot of people referencing that, and also the special camo pattern is referencing that particular variant of it as well, which is quite cool. If we scroll down here is the standard packages. We've got the standard pack for $20 that has the Prime, the A, and the B. The collector's pack, which is $40 and $20 more. It's got the exact same mechs, but it also has a 30% C-build boosted version of the Prime. Now, these are Omni mechs, which I value C-build boosted Omnis slightly higher than battle mechs, because they have customizability and you can vary your playstyle while still maintaining your 30% C-build boost. Of course, they come with mech bays to hold them all, 30 days of active premium time for the standard package, 60 days for the collectors, some random cockpit items, and titles and badges. The hero and reinforcement add-ons are $15 each, with the hero, the RA Rancor, reminds me of Star Wars there, and the C and D variants for the reinforcements. Now we're going to take a look at those. How can these Omnipods optimize if you purchase the mechs ahead of time? But to remember that you will be able to get the C and D Omnipods even if you get the base package when the mech comes out for C-bills. Down here, the Ultimate Pack is just everything all added together for the same price if you bought them individually. Again, I'd like to see maybe a $5 or $10 discount if you buy everything at once, just to say, hey, thanks for going all in with this mech. Here's an additional discount. But unfortunately, that doesn't exist. Early adopter rewards are there if you wish. As long as you purchase any level of pack before the time frame expires, you will get in on the early adopters. If you purchase a standard pack and then wait and then choose to upgrade, you'll still have your early adopter as long as you buy it before the end of the month on February 28th. It comes with various cockpit items, a pattern, a decal, some colors, which are new, and a little bit of game currency to help you customize them right out of the gate. Although they are clan Omnis, so you won't be needing to purchase engines or anything, so the customization costs should be limited. It is a clan Omnimech 90-ton assault, 360 XL engine that is fixed to the mech, gives it a top speed of 64.8 before tweak. This is the same mobility sort of profile as the Warhawk. Comes with standard armor and endo steel and a certain quantity of heat sinks, 4 of which are locked into that XL 360 engine in the 4 engine slots. We have one mech, the A here, that is available to get some jump jets, as they are on one in each side torso and one in the CT, as well as ECM on 2 of the variants, the A and the B, both within the standard package. And none of them are mask capable. Now let us pop on over to the Spreadsheet Warrior, and we are on the OmniMech theory crafting page, as we don't have to think about what the different engines we're going to take because this thing's got a fixed engine. We can find the Blood Asp down here in the Assaults, and it has the 90-ton total weight XL engine of 360. Its engine coming in at 23.5 tons, giving it a top speed of 64.8, 69.7 after speed tweak, endo weighing 4.5 tons, and the standard armor, if fully maxed out, of course you can do some shavings, at 17.44 tons. 4 tons of locked DHS, which means you have a total of 40.56 free pod space to mount any sorts of weapons or equipment that you want. This comes in at 45% of the mech's total weight. Now, back to the page here. we're going to go through the hard points for this mech. And some specific things about the different sections of this mech is there is some critical slot limitations. As we see here in the weapons and equipment, the left arm has an additional 3 slots in fixed structure on that left arm. That limits the left arm to available crits down to 6. The torsos have, of course, not just those 3 slots. There's also arm actuators, as you see here, upper and lower, meaning the mech can have side-to-side movement with its arms, and there's always a shoulder in there as well. So with the 3 there, the 2 here, and then the 1 shoulder, we've taken away half of the space in the arm, so you only have 6 slots left. For the torsos, we're going to have, of course, the 2 XL engine slots in the side torso, as well as a fixed structure, meaning the side is down to 9 slots for each side torso. And the right arm doesn't have the 3 slots like the other side, just the 1 here, and it is down to 8 slots per right arm. And this only comes into play when you're trying to put larger weapons on the arms with multiple hardpoints on them, and we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to look through this mech left to right here, as you can trade around all of the arms and side torsos and such. The only thing that is unique is the center torsos, and interestingly, and quite nicely actually, all of the standard packs have all the interesting side of the center torsos. So all of the reinforcements and the heroes don't have interesting center torsos. So that really pushes things towards getting the standard pack and it being a good value, is that there isn't, say, a CT energy or something that could theoretically change a build, or like a really important hard point in the CT that maybe was locked behind an additional paywall. So this is very good for it. But let us go through the standard pack first. For the left arm, we have the access to 3 energy, 2 energy, and a single missile. The left torso, a ballistic, a jump jet, and 4 energy, the highest out of all of the variants. The CTs, we have all of the unique ones with 1 missile, 1 ECM, 1 jump jet, and 1 ECM. Right torso, a ballistic, a jump jet, and a ballistic. So things are pretty consistent there. Right arm, 3 energy, 2 energy, and 1 missile. So what we can do with these, and I'll probably just want to throw in the other ones here as well, because I'm going to talk about sort of 4 different build archetypes that I threw together quite quickly. We've got a hill humper type thing, where we are going to be using these really high mounted side torsos in order to peek over a hill with minimal exposure to our torso and arms, fire off a volley of something, and then get back into cover. There's more of a fire support. You can go max LRM on this thing if you wish, or max ATM, and we'll go over that just because somebody will want to play that. You can brawl, specifically with, I think, 1 build will probably be the best brawler out of it, and you can do some laser vomit on this thing as well. So let us go down to these again and talk about those specific build archetypes. Now, the one that I'm most excited for and thought of the first when this mech was first announced and I saw its art was the hill humper kind of idea. We have those really, really high side torsos that are above the cockpit. If you can see it, you could have shot it 5 seconds ago, sort of thing, if you're walking forward on a hill. So that's great. You're always going to have your guns clearing the terrain, no matter how difficult it is, how like undulating it is. As long as you can get your crosshairs on the opponent to cause the convergence, you can shoot it. With that, what you can do is you can take the B left torso, which has 4 energy, and this is the sort of the maximized version. If you have the delta right torso with the 3 ballistic, now keep in mind that those ballistics are limited to 9 crits. You can't do things like the dual Gauss on it in that one side torso because there's not enough space. But you can do things such as 3 Ultra 5s and some energy weapons to back it up. say 3 Ultra 5s, some heavy laser vomit, 2 Ultra 10s, and some laser vomit to go with it, with that 4 energy left torso. You strip down the arms, it's 40.56 base pod space with full armor. If you strip down minor shavings, you can get to 41, that's pretty much shavings off of the leg. And then if you shave both arms down all the way, and just use those side torso mounts, you can get down to 44.5 tons. So using all that weight, you can get like the 3 Ultra 5s or the 2 Ultra 10s with some combination of lasers to back them up. Now, if you didn't get the reinforcements pack, and you want to just do that with the standard pack, you need to go with either you're going to do 2 ballistic, high on the side torsos with the prime parts, and you're going to focus on just having 2 Gauss up there and use that. You're going to need to have some more energy weapons in the arms. They're going to be more or less backup lasers. Sure, if you're in that situation where you have your arms cleared and you can hit them, yeah, shoot them, of course. But if you're in that ridgeline peeking strategy, you're probably not going to walk forward the entire way to get these relatively low mounted arms compared to your cockpit past their clearance point in order to fire on the enemy. So in peak battles, you're just going to go to here and fire your Gauss rifles out of those 2 side torsos, where in more committed battles, you would move forward enough to use the arms. But back down to the stats here. So you can do that, say, with 2 Gauss backup lasers. After you take the Gauss weight and tonnage for the Gauss, you're going to have around, say, 11 tons for backup lasers and any DHS that you want to take with you. Also, you could probably do that on a B or an A, which could give you some of that 11 tons left over for ECM or that single jump jet, if you wish. The A center torso looking very, very nice with the ECM for a little bit of sensor hiding, a little bit less missiles to hit this thing, and then that 1 jump jet just to help with mobility. You don't think you would ever take all 3 because having that many jump jets on a 90 tonner just doesn't seem right. They don't have enough lift. But having a single jump jet is kind of nice. You can cushion your landing if you have to jump off of something so you don't hurt your legs too much. And you can, if you wish, you can sort of take a little bit closer shortcuts. You can help yourself get up a hill a little bit faster if you have that 1 jump jet. Beyond that, for the dual Gauss, and then you have your backup lasers in your arms. If you have this left torso with the 4 energy, you could do a single Gauss with the right torso here, either the B or the A, and you could put a lot more weight into your energy weapons. So you could still have some backup lasers in the arms, but then you could also do, say, 2 large pulse, 2 medium pulse in that left torso, a Gauss in the right torso, have that as your peak, and then have, say, something else, some more medium pulse or some small lasers or something in your arms to help you scare off light mechs if they come and harass you, because you do have that left to right movement with your lower arm actuators. Moving on from that, you can do a fire support build if you wish, and this is the LRM design. This pretty much requires the hero, as the hero is the only one with missiles in its side torsos. Everything else just has a missile in the arms, or the prime in the center torso. So this would be based off the prime. We would take that CT for the 1 missile. We take the B arms for their 1 missile in each arm, and we take the Rancor's sides with 1 missile, 1 energy in each side. And you could do a LRM 90. You got 4 Artemis LRM 20s, 1 in each arm, 1 in each side torso, and an Artemis LRM 10 in the CT, because it's only 2 slots, so you have to fit it in there. It's the biggest LRM you can put in there, which you have 13 tons after that to do any 2 backup lasers that you wish, and then whatever ammo and active probes or whatever you wish to add on to that. So if you want to, you can LRM 90 in this thing which I will probably make a video about because that just seems ridiculous. Beyond that, we can modify this design in order to actually make it brawl. Now, you can't do 5 missile brawl on this because you just lack hard points in order to use up all of its weight. But what you can do with just the standard pack as well is you can take the Prime with a 1 missile in the CT, 1 ballistic in each side torso, and grab the B's arms with 1 missile, and you can do something like 3 Artemis 6, 1 in each arm and 1 in the CT, 2 LB-20s, 1 in each side torso, and then you have 9 tons left over for ammunition and double heat sinks for those weapons. Keep in mind, you already have 4 additional heat sinks fixed in your engine, so you're only going to need a couple more in order to really cool that mech effectively. So you could have a double LB-20s, 3 Artemis 6s on your Blood Asp if you wish. Probably a little more efficient to do that kind of brawl build on maybe a Magcam R2 with 4 Artemis 6s and 2 20s, but it is theoretically possible on this design. And then the last sort of build archetype that I can see from this is you got Laser Vomit. You get the 3 energy in each arm, you got the 4 energy in the side torso. You can do all the energy, just put out there a bunch of LPLs, medium pulse lasers, just go and wub everything to death. You don't have armor here, the ferro armor, so you do have 7 more slots available for you to put double heatsinks in. It's a clan, so you can put double heatsinks in the CT, you can put them in the legs, you can do things like that in order to just stuff it full of double heatsinks. And then one that I've just thought up of here as while I've been doing this video is if you get the reinforcements, and only if you do that, you could theoretically do some more ballistics in this thing. Because the left arm here is the only arm-mounted ballistic in the entire package. All of the right arms are just energy or missile, where the only one with ballistic in the arm is the C. Keep in mind that left arm ballistic is limited to 6 slots, which for clans actually doesn't matter that much, as a Gauss rifle fits in there, an Ultra 10 fits in there. So you could do things such as, if you got the reinforcements, you have C and the D, you could do 3 ballistic here, a ballistic there for a total of 5 ballistic. Do some sort of DACA build if you wish. Could be quite interesting. But flying back up here to the concept art, we'll take a look at the hero because it looks pretty cool. Like we discussed before, these side torso hard points are ridiculously high. And the question is, when you have a specific side torso from a variant that has like the 3 ballistic or the 4 energy, are they all up here? Or are they like a Marauder 2C where sometimes the top one is really up here and then they come down a bit and they come down a bit as it sort of comes down to the cockpit level? Is that how it is? I wonder where all of those hardpoints are going to end up. But it might even be too high for its own good. There's something I like to call Stormcrow syndrome, is where the cockpit for the Stormcrow is actually in its waist almost, and there's a whole bunch of mech above your viewpoint. So you may think you're behind cover, but the top of your Stormcrow is sticking out. This will have a very slight case of that if these are this high. You could theoretically think you're behind cover, but your guns are still sticking out, and enemies will shoot them. Also, if you are peeking from a distance, I don't think it's viable to twist when you're going back down. Because if you would look at this at the front, these rifles are really narrow from the front view, so there's not much of them to hit. But as soon as you turn to the side as you're trying to fall back into cover, you're going to give them a nice broad target that should all be side torso. So So maybe a little easy to side torso. It's kind of like a Timberwolf's ears when they take LRMs, but should be okay. I definitely see this mech more as a long-range fire support hill humper type thing than a closer range brawler, but it will be interesting to see how it pans out on the battlefield. Overall, I think this looks like an extremely powerful mech. I don't expect many, if any, quirks for it, as it's got things going for it, like clan and high mounts, cool looking. So yeah, I think this is going to be a strong assault mech. I'm looking forward to running it, and hope you guys got the information you need to determine whether or not you should buy it. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and good hunting.